These are sailors of the sky, ready for confrontation. The 20 Dassault Rafales of the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier took part in a fictitious naval air battle in the Mediterranean. The simulation comprised two evenly matched sides for realistic warfare. The Red Force, commanded from an amphibious helicopter carrier, was engaged against the blue one, that of the aircraft carrier.
We simulated the coordination of our air assets. We're thinking in terms of a series of strikes, which could happen over a very short time period. It's the type of action that will have a decisive military impact.
The training aimed to push the soldiers to develop their tactical agility in the face of unforeseen events, such as satellite failures. Hit and almost sunk, it was the end of the game for these frigates bombed by both camps. The Red Force lost one, which was a hard blow, but its response was significant.
They implemented disruptive tactics, and they were able to surprise us, in particular by knowing how to evade detection by our surveillance systems and our radar. They were able to prevent us from having access to this strike zone.
The aim of the Yellow Dogs was perfect synchronization. These operators catapulted the Rafales from the flight deck at a rate of 30 each day, compared to 12 usually. And everything was calculated down to the millisecond.
We can have a steady stream of takeoffs, so we recover the planes and we recatapult them and so on. And we have planes which are on the bridge with the pilot in the plane, but which only take off later. So the difficulty for us will be to anticipate, but still be able to adapt.
The exercise involved 65 planes and helicopters, 25 ships, and British, American and European forces, the elite of NATO navies. France and its allies want to keep the upper hand as the seas remilitarize. China's navy has more ships than the US Navy, and Beijing builds the equivalent of the entire French fleet every 3 years. Tensions are rising in both the Indo-Pacific and the Black Sea, and with it, the risk of future conflicts.
Today, we see that naval combat is also space, underwater, cyber and informational combat. There's a need to make the connections between these different fields stronger. To find the frigate that's out there, I'm not just going to send a maritime patrol plane or a satellite. I'm also going to search on Twitter and TikTok. Modern war tactics have become composite. We don't know what tomorrow's war will be like, but we want our sailors to understand they can innovate.
The exercise was a chance for the 5 countries taking part to exchange know-how. The United Kingdom was particularly interested in French military innovations, which have benefited from a hefty cash injection to the tune of €1 billion a year. That's twice as much as in 2017.
The environment and the exercise areas and the manner in which the exercise has been designed and executed is a real valuable training opportunity. There are always going to be artificialities in any exercise, but here, with the kind of unpredictability of the threat and the way it's been controlled throughout the exercise, it's been really useful training. La Marine Nationale and the Royal Navy are similar in many ways. We are similar in size, we are similar in areas in which we operate, both members of NATO.
American officers refer to the Charles de Gaulle as 42,000 tons of armed diplomacy. The floating airbase is capable of moving at 1,000 kilometers per day for months. And as well as its Rafales, it boasts nuclear attack submarines in a bid to protect international maritime law and France's interests.